Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome, or good morning. Depends on when they watch this. Hey.
Exactly.
My goodness.
Exactly.
Who knows? It could be the middle of the night, too.
Exactly.
So, hey, my name's Kerry with Rise and Thrive in Ozark Christian Church. I have with me one of the most amazing men I know, Hank Molinengo. Wow. I met him through his daughter, who was a NICU cuddler. Does she still do that over at Coxell?
No.
Okay.
She's a volleyball coach at Cherokee Middle School in Springfield and a basketball coach at Cherokee Middle School in Springfield. And she spends a lot of time as the vice president of the PTA of Disney Elementary
And
School.
she's like a super mom, I think.
Yeah. Got 5 kids.
Yeah.
And she's busy.
So, God bless her. But yeah, that's how we met, was through her.
Yep.
And so, Hank, we've been talking about in our last podcast, several podcasts, we had the Christian County officers that passed away, all the stuff that's gone on in Christian County. You know, just recently we've had some traumatic events just in Christian County alone and south of us towards Branson. There's just a lot of stuff going on, and you know that.
Absolutely.
So what I want to do, though, because this audience has yet to meet you, but they're in for a thrill of their lifetime. So I want to talk about what happened on 9/11 back in the day.
Back in the day.
And then what led you to working with Wellness for Warriors, okay?
Great. Let's do it. So, my name is Hank Molinengo. I spent 28 years in the United States Navy, 27 active. I was a judge advocate. I retired as a Rear Admiral in the United States Navy Judge Advocate General's Corps. My last assignment, I was responsible for assigning lawyers to fight the global war on terror. We're not going to go, we can have another podcast and talk about that, but let's talk about 9/11. So the day of 9/11, I was the executive assistant to the Judge Advocate General, Don Guter. The day before 9/11, on 9/10, we had gone to a meeting where we were told the military would be cut another 25%. We had been cut 37% throughout the 1990s, despite the fact that there were 4 major terrorist attacks, with the last one being the attack on the USS Cole on October 12, 2000. And we were in a meeting on 9/11/2001 at about 8:30 in the morning, and we started talking about how in the world are we going to provide services to sailors, Marines, and their families if we lose another 25% of our personnel. So our administrative assistant, Nancy Miller, comes in and says the first World Trade Center got hit by an airplane, and we just said, okay, and we kept talking. Then she came in about 15 minutes later and said the second World Trade Center got hit. And when that happened, we went to the TV in the office. Now, in 2001, the Pentagon only approved, the Department of Defense only approved one feed into the Pentagon, and that was a CNN feed. The Admiral had brought a little TV at 12 inches from home, and our CNN feed came in on that, and we huddled around the TV, and we saw what was unfolding in New York. We went and sat back down in our chairs, and then, boom, we felt the concussion. Now, the plane hit, if you can imagine, the face of a clock. Not a digital clock, but an old-fashioned clock. The plane hit at between 10 and 11 on the clock, and our offices were around the 2, maybe the 2.5 on the clock. So we were rocked out of our chairs, smelled the burning JP-5, the burning building immediately, but we were not in immediate danger. We were able to evacuate. There was no central communication system in the Pentagon at that time. People were running around the passageways yelling, "Get out, get out, get out." As we are leaving, 2 thoughts entered our minds. Number one, we failed. We didn't see anything like this coming as a military. And number 2, what if the bad guys are out there with weapons? Because none of us have a weapon on them. The Pentagon did not have an armory. The only person I saw armed besides a couple of security guards as you enter the Pentagon was Secretary Rumsfeld's aide. We were so senior that Rumsfeld actually passed us with his aide. He was going to the sound of the guns. He was going to where the crash was as far as he could. The rest of us were being pushed out of the building. As we leave, we see all these first responders coming over the hill. Firefighters, police officers, SWAT teams, EMTs, doctors, nurses, because the Pentagon at that time, in 2001, had a small clinic. That's not the case anymore. And the firefighters performed unbelievable work in fighting that unbelievable fire. The medical personnel were providing all the comfort and treatment possible to the wounded and then dealing with the dead. And of course, the SWAT teams and the police officers had guns drawn to protect us. I told myself then, as I reflected on that night, If I ever get a chance to pay it forward, I'm going to pay it forward. So let's fast forward to 2020. I'm working at George Washington University Law School, and they let me know it was time for me to retire. So I'm 64, almost 65. I'm going to retire. We decided we're going to live close to our daughter, Jessie Slazak, and her husband, Trevor Slazak, and 5 kids here in Springfield. Trevor is an emergency room doc at Mercy. Jessie decides she wants to volunteer, and in March of 2021, there was only one outfit who was doing volunteer work. That was Carrie Miller, who was running the volunteer services at Cox. So Jessie talked to Carrie. She saw that I was bored, hooked me up with Carrie. Carrie is the amazing person in this whole conversation, not me. What Carrie does here at Ozark Christian Church, and then the services he provides at Mercy, defy description. So after that, I hooked up with Carrie, and we said, you know what? I know a lot of people were messed up mentally and emotionally from 9/11. I saw it in my own office. We had 2 individuals who needed counseling. People just didn't feel safe anymore. I saw it throughout the Pentagon. People need counseling. So Carrie, brought me into the fold with Wellness for Warriors, and we provide mental health information and suicide prevention information on a weekly basis. We have a Facebook Live presentation, and Carrie is our director, and Brian Mason is another player on our team. So it's myself, Carrie is the boss, and Brian. We have a Facebook Live presentation every Friday on our Wellness for Warriors Facebook page, where we talk about some aspect of wellness. Could be financial, could be diet, could be mental, could be emotional, you name it. We talk about various aspects of wellness. And it's been incredibly rewarding. You will see us at virtually every event that is run by the Community Partnership of Ozarks, which is our parent 501c3 with Wellness for Warriors, and you will see us at any event where Cox and Mercy will have us. We're getting ready to brief Cox professionals again on October 23rd. It's another trauma conference they're having. We just spoke to their trauma team on May 15th. So the work has been rewarding, and the work is incredibly important. For everyone out there, if you remember only one thing today, remember 2 things. Number 1, once you remember, you've got to get involved. You see someone in crisis, you have to ask the question, are you okay? And then, if you see they're not okay, you can trust your judgment, you can trust your instincts, trust your gut. You don't need to be an expert to do this stuff. If you perceive someone's not okay, then you say to them, there are areas where you can get help free of charge. First of all, there's 988, the National Suicide Prevention Hotline. They will not only put a counselor on the phone with you, but you can call them and say, I have a cousin in Burbank, California who isn't doing well, and they will tell you all the resources available in the Burbank, California area, and even offer to call the cousin themselves. Then if an individual you're working with or talking to has got a problem with calling the government, there's 211, the United Way helpline. They provide the same services. And then last but not least, your county or city health department here in Springfield, Greene County has a very aggressive program, as does Christian County here in Ozark Nixa, as does Taney County for Branson and the areas and the cities around there. So your local county or city health department, your local hospital is never going to turn you away. And if you're a veteran out there, the Veterans Administration has 2 counselors in Springfield and 1 in Branson who are ready to help you in any way possible. So I want you to remember, you see someone in crisis, you've got to ask the question, are you okay? If your gut tells you they aren't, persuade them to get help. I have literally dialed 988 on my cell phone with a person next to me. The person does all the talking with the counselor and then never dealt with the person again. I mean, sometimes that's what it takes. And sometimes the person doesn't want that. They want to do it on their own. If you have at least encouraged them to get help and given them the information, that's a win. Because you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make them drink. And that bothers a lot of people who try to do good works in any area. Carrie's a pastor. I know he agonizes over the members of his church and over his flock. But Carrie can't live their lives for them. You can't live your life for your loved ones who may be in crisis. All we can do is pray for them and try to help them in any way we can. And the temporal things we can do to help them, 988-211, local resources, that's the temporal part of it. Then there's the pastoral part of it, which is to pray, to communicate with the Lord that you're asking the Lord to intercede and give this person help. So
That is awesome, Hank. And I want to add one thing.
Do it.
Because I think a lot of people, and you probably still see this, people wait till they're in the ditch and then they reach out. Okay, so I can go on and on about that. If you start to realize you're having some life challenges, I know I do it. I know many of my friends do it. I don't wait until I'm in the ditch. I reach out to my friends, I reach out to my counselor, or whatever the case, and say, hey, here's where I'm struggling. Here's what's going on. So don't wait till you're in the ditch to, reach out. There are resources out there. We know that. It's getting them connected in a timely manner. And so don't wait. Don't wait. Just get up and say, hey, I need help, and let's get you the resources that you need.
Amen.
Well,
and if you're in Ozark and you are of this faith, the Christian faith, I would encourage you to take a look at Kerry Miller's church, Ozark Christian Church. Kerry is a wonderful man, and if nothing else, if you've got some sort of issue, Kerry is always going to try to help you. He never gets tired. He's an amazing individual. So,
well, I do get tired, Hank. Well, listen, this was fun.
Okay, it was. I'll be back. Just tell me when.
I tell you what, I'm so excited though, because you were at a Mercy event too, not too long ago.
On August 15th, I was at the Mercy Fall to Safe event. They had 800 people come through. We were able to give out a lot of information, and it was very, very rewarding just being able to talk to folks.
Yeah, so good stuff, Hank.
Now we have 3 more events coming up Wellness for Warriors is going to be at. On September 19th, we will be at the Recovery Jamboree in Branson. That is at the Sanctuary of Hope Church from 10 in the morning until 1 in the afternoon. It's run by Marietta Hagan of Cox Health. It's a fantastic event. You'll see all sorts of
I think I was there last year.
Yes, you were. All sorts of people. All sorts of organizations and institutions will be there. Then on September 26th is the major veterans event for Branson. It is the BVA 913 Vets Appreciation Day, which is at the Branson Event Center, which is at 4350 Gretna Road. It goes from ballpark 10 in the morning till 2 in the afternoon. All different sorts of resources will be there. The Veterans Administration has been there in the past and given out information then, and even some years they've even provided flu shots. So I would advise you want to take a look at B as in Bravo, V as in Victor, A as in Alpha, BVA 913. Go online, type that in, Branson Veterans of America 913, and see exactly what services will be performed by the VA. The Wellness for Warriors will be there, and we will have materials to hand out. Then on the 3rd of October, there is a major event here in Christian County. It's celebrating the birthday of the Christian County Ambulance District, but it's really an opportunity for all of what I call the people resources of Christian County to be in one place. We're going to be there as Wellness for Warriors. Operation Birthday Bash is going to be there for those perhaps who need some help in celebrating a child's birthday, and other Care to Learn and other organizations like that will be present at this event. So you have 3 really super events coming up during Suicide Prevention Month, which is the month of September, and we heartily encourage you all to encourage patronizing one or all of them.
Awesome, Hank. How do you memorize all that stuff, man?
I knew I had to come work with you today. I'm not going to let you down ever.
Well, we're getting ready to do something special in just a few minutes.
Yes, we are.
So my neighbor, her husband passed away. Yeah. He was a military veteran. I won't go into all the details, but I don't think he was connected. They were a quiet couple, so we respected their privacy, but she was not able to get a flag. So we're going to fold a flag for her.
Sounds great. Let's do it.
Thank you, everyone. Again, if you're going through some challenging times, don't wait before it's too late. So rise and thrive, get out there, reach out, and let's make a difference together. All right? See y'all later.